Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Essex Registration Service, I would like to welcome you all here today to Hedingham Castle on this very special occasion, the marriage of Dan and Eleanor. I'd like to take a moment to introduce ourselves first. We are both registrars from the Essex Registration Service, and we are empowered by statute to witness civil marriage. My colleague Sue, hiding over in the corner there, is the registrar today, and she will ensure the marriage is conducted in accordance with the law and will make a permanent and historic record of the marriage by overseeing the signing of the marriage schedule. My name is Georgie Utting, and I'm a Deputy Superintendent Registrar, and I will be conducting your ceremony for you, and it really is an honour and a privilege for us both to be part of your special day. This place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law for the celebration of marriages. We are all here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Daniel Patrick Higgs and Eleanor May Grant. If any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. It's the most noise of me so far. But that's okay, Daddy's been it very ill. This is a special day for Dan and Eleanor, for today they have chosen to make a public commitment to each other through vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. Through your presence here today, you are expressing your love and your support for them. The purpose of marriage is that you may always care for and support each other through every aspect of your lives. It is a decision to share love, friendship, and show mutual respect for each other as individuals. We're now going to pause the ceremony, and I'm going to ask Neil to come forward and do the reading for us, please.
Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your route was so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It's not excitement. It's not the promulgation of promises of eternal passion. That is just being love, which any fool would do. Love is what's left over when being in love has burned away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two.
Marriage is a desire by two people not only to share themselves and their experiences, but also to accept one another as individuals. Marriage means making a commitment to developing cooperation. It calls for honesty, patience, and sometimes humour. A good partner will be loving and caring, but above all, a best friend. Dan and Eleanor, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage in this country means the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of worse. I'm now going to ask each of you in turn onto our groom words. So Dan, if you are free lawfully to marry, please reply, I am, to the following question. Are you, Daniel Patrick Higgs, free lawfully to marry Eleanor May Grant?
I am.
And Eleanor, If you are free lawfully to marry, please reply, I am, to the following question. Are you, Eleanor May Grant, free lawfully to marry Daniel Patrick Hicks? Very well. Oh, so far so good. Now the solemn moment has come when Dan and Eleanor make their formal and legal contract before you all. Could I please ask Neil and Patrina, our two witnesses, just come forward and stand one on either side of our bride and groom? So, our witnesses is really new to give you these words they're about to say, says we're deciding to say you'd heard. I want you two to turn and face each other. It's because your mother didn't over here. Jamila, sorry. And then you're about to say these words to each other. Dan, you're going first. I, Daniel Patrick Higgs,
I, Daniel Patrick,
take you, Eleanor May Grant,
take you, Eleanor May Grant,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
Well done. And Eleanor, you're saying these words to Dan. I, Eleanor May Grant. I, Eleanor May Grant. Take you, Daniel Patrick Higgs. Take you, Daniel Patrick Higgs. To be my wedded husband. To be my wedded husband. Oh, thank you. Witnesses, you can take your seats now. Very big. Just Dan and Eleanor have also chosen to exchange a special promise today. But again, Dan, you're going first. You're saying these words to Eleanor, repeating after me. Eleanor, as I take you to be my wife,
Eleanor, as I take you to be my wife,
I promise to love you,
I promise to love you,
to honour and respect you.
to honour and respect you.
I will stand by you
I will stand by you
and be true to you always.
and be true to you always.
I will care for you,
I will care for you,
laugh with you when you are happy,
laugh with you when you are happy,
comfort you when you are sad,
comfort you when you are sad,
whatever life may bring.
whatever life may bring.
I will always love you.
I will always love you.
Well done. And Eleanor for saying these words to them. Dan, as I take you to be my husband. Dan, as I take you to be my husband. I promise to love you. I promise to love you. To honour and respect you. To honour and respect you. I will stand by you. I will stand by you. And be true to you always. And be true to you brothers. I will care for you. I care for you. Laugh with you when you are happy. Laugh with you when you are happy. Comfort you when you are sad. Comfort you when you are sad. Whatever life may bring. It said life will, whatever life may bring. I will always love me. Barry always love you. What dog? Dan and Eleanor have chosen to mark their wedding day with the exchange of rings. A wedding ring is an unbroken circle which symbolises unending and everlasting love and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you two have just made to each other. So, Charlie, for the last time today, do we have some wreaths?
Yes.
I might ask you to come forward and you open the box and you let Dan take out the ring he's got Eleanor first. Thank you. If you just stand just one side, we'll need you again in near post. Third finger left hand, that's it. Hold her hand just as you are, support it with your other hand. Hold it at the end and you're saying these words to Eleanor, repeating after me. Eleanor, I give you this ring.
Eleanor, I give you this ring
as a token of our marriage.
as a token of our marriage.
And as a lasting reminder.
And as a lasting reminder
of the promises.
of the promises
we have made here today.
We have made it today.
Excellent. If you slide that one. It's a bit down. Okay, and if we can now let Eleanor 10 permissions got for dance. Oh, don't drop it. Okay, take your seat up very much, and if you're doing it, there's this thing, there's support his hand with your other hand. That's it. Say these words to Dan. Dan, I give you this ring. Dan, I give you this ring. As a token of our marriage. As a token of our marriage. And as a lasting reminder. As a lasting reminder. Of the promises. Of the promises we have made here today. We have made here today. Excellent. You perfect. Carry on holding hands, you two. Dan, Eleanor, this is the first day of your new life together as husband and wife. We all hope the feelings of love that you clearly have for each other will continue to deepen and grow stronger throughout your marriage, and that it is filled with love and happiness throughout the years to come. You've both made a declaration prescribed by law. You've made a solemn and binding contract with each other, here in the presence of your witnesses, all of your family and friends gathered clear for you today. And by the giving and receiving of rings, you show that you accept the state of matrimony. It therefore gives me the greatest of pleasure to be able to say you are now husband and wife, and you may kiss your bride.
Why?
Well, that's written something down.
Okay, so I had intended to do this speech in the form of an interpretive dance with Eleanor's godfathers, but unfortunately, Gates's lady sash injuries, Howard's hearing issues, and my total lack of coordination have made it impossible for us to do justice to the complicated routine we had planned. So apologies to Eleanor, as I know you were both really looking forward to this spectacular presentation. So instead, I decided to perform a rap. Oh, because you like your British public reader, thank you. There's a sing-along part for everybody can join in.
Hang on, put it to the speaker. No, other way around. Other way around. Here we go.
I wouldn't. No, I couldn't do that. I've got plenty of other material with which to embarrass Eleanor today. So, can I have the main speech folder, please, Joe? Sorry, main speech folder. Thank you, Joe. Here is in church. The method of acting courses are going very well, like they're See, no one's very hungry here, are they? No. Well, I'll get this break. Well done. Right. I'm going to say a few words first of all about my distant daughter, because you don't get a lot of chances to actually stand in front of lots of people and embarrass her, like I really do now. So, right. So, when Eleanor was born, we were all sure that she was going to be a boy. Is that right? That's right. Yes. And it was such a shock at the hospital that her granddad, Fizzer, and I had to drown our sorrows at the Robin Hood in Cherry Hinton and discuss what to do with the train set and toolbox you made, especially pushing the grandson. Needless to say, Suzanne and I decided that we should bring her up as a son, and we enrolled her at the Arthur preschool under the name of Elvis, which I don't think you knew, did you? That. As a toddler, she would bully her bigger sisters on a regular basis and scream when she didn't get her own way. I particularly remember the Christmas Day service at St. Michael's Church, Conyers, when I had to forcibly eject her following a huge tantrum which traumatized various members of the congregation. She spent most of her formative years going up and down in seats suspended from a reinforced door frame. Look. We would go shopping or away for an occasional weekend break and could leave her happily bouncing away. She was the largest in her class at Grey Barford School. Youngest, largest, and witness. As a result, was selected for playing the Declan Rice time midfield stopper role for Dr. T. I was employed as a bouncer at school events. The bouncing thing continues from her. Yeah. Her dreams of college jockey were ruined when we couldn't find a B-lap horse. And the one they did, they kept throwing it off. Is it so? They did. The Olympic swimming ambitions were dashed by an incident with yellow water at a lion bar, although she did compete in various galas winning many, many medals. Her stage career began with 2 wing performances at the prestigious Barfield's Got Talent competition. Then followed performances at the Royal Albert Hall, the O2, and appearing on Radio Nottingham's Saturday Night Saturday Newcastle show, which made us all very proud. And more recently, she became an active member of the Unique Gym, where she has competed in a number of competitions and has taken up playing foot golf dressed as a giant penis. I would have guessed that Eleanor May would have blossomed into this beautiful bride sitting. On the 28th of March 2022, I had a strange message from Dan saying, could we meet to discuss Elle's birthday arrangements in Taxacumba? What's the annex? He actually wanted to ask me for my approval for his forthcoming proposal to Eleanor. I, of course, said no, and his base brought you this coffee until you realised I was joking. But this still alerts me about his character and values, and I am proud to call him my son-in-law. I think very rarely do you come across people who are absolutely perfect for each other, and I think that these two are exactly that. So they love each other. It's all gets so to see, and then no doubt, and they all had a great life together. Just on another, keeping it real, there are people looking down today that would have loved to have witnessed this occasion. So I'd like you all just to stand up and propose a toast to have some friends, ain't really. Finally, you can stand. A poem on a molten day din. It's titled Eleanor and Daniel. Ella Dan had a plan. What? To improve their house for summer. It promised her he was competent as a builder and a plumber. A disaster came when through the wall took a violent wave of water. I realized then with some dismay he tried to trim my grocer. Then explained that all it planned, it actually joined the race to build a Toronto water park in the middle of Corkins Pace. So now it all is sorted and the house is warm and dry, despite the small tsunami and Daniel's DIY. Can we please just sign to toast the bride and groom? The bride and groom.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, S-Man.
So, as I can imagine, what a lot of you here today who haven't met me before are thinking, who's this guy with big eyebrows? Dan hasn't had his brows for that long, so they can't be brothers. Unfortunately for Dan, you'd be wrong, for they are brothers, on his old brother Ryan. What adventure has been so far? Engaged in Paris, married in a castle. Where's the honeymoon? Hogwarts? Off to Shrek's swamp with all the other fairy tale characters. Thanks for everyone who can be here today and has helped to make this day so special for Dan and out. Everyone here today and those who couldn't be. All the bridesmaids, you look amazing today, especially you, Shauna. Well, what was growing up with Dan like? Have you normally find us spying each other, laughing, or being dressed up in life-size Barbie dresses by our old sister April, which we were always trained to do very on Cyprus. We had a big obsession with WWF wrestling. We'd always be practicing the different wrestling moves on each other. I say practice, it was more like convincing each other we could do the wrestling moves without hurting each other, such as the Walls of Jericho and a chokeslam. Without either of us getting hurt, which obviously was never the case, one of us normally ended up crying to Mom while the other would run to another room, act like they were busy, and practice how we'd never even heard Walls of Jericho. I actually broke my leg once. Not by a wrestling move. We had the great idea of putting one of us in the middle of a table tennis table and spinning it around. It collapsed and broke my leg. We were making so much noise, my screams just blended into the background. My dad was upstairs watching the football. He just shouted down, "Shut the F up down there. Why does the Man United game?" What, Dad? He eventually came down, put me on the sofa. Now, half time, I'm still lying there in agony. He picked me up and took me to the lounge, called an ambulance, and yes, he was broken. Dan, you may still be the only person in the world who's managed to break someone's leg only using a table tennis table. You're welcome to skis. Dan wasn't always the polite, charming man you know today. When he was younger, he'd be right stubborn as some shiz. Whenever he'd done something wrong and was told by Mum and Dad, you pulled his famous angry frown and wouldn't speak to him for hours. Eventually they say, "Dan, is there anything you'd like to say to us?" Expecting a heartfelt apology, I would simply reply, "I don't lie to you." In life, there are people who procrastinate and leave everything to the last minute, like me with the speech. And then there's Dan, who lived no further than the plan that went on for today. Yes, he had his wedding website up and running before he'd been met with her. Dan has never asked much for anyone. He's always wanting to give and never take, making a collective nightmare for us all here today in getting him a wedding present. Every year, for his birthday, I would struggle to get him a present. One year, I wanted to surprise him and get them to look for something outside the box. I made a fake email address so I could book an appointment at his clinic. So I could see him on his birthday. Dan was always so fully booked, he could always tell me, "You can't book in today, Ryan. I'm fully booked and you're not paying." I couldn't win. Dan is normally so on the ball, I thought this probably will work. I came up with the incredibly deceptive name of Mr. Brian Pigs. Fast forward a few weeks, I was standing outside Dan's clinic in the middle of putting on my disguise of a COVID mask, sunglasses, and a hat, when I hear a very polite, welcoming voice say, "Brian?" As I looked up, I saw Dan walk through his clinic entrance with a puzzled look on his face, or a puzzled look on his face, saying, "Brian, what do you do? Go on, fuck off. I've got a new customer due any minute." "Bro, what about you? What's his name? Brian Figs?" He both burst out laughing, and all he managed to say was, "You bastard." Yeah. I still to this day don't know how you felt, bro. It's an idiot. April, Michael, and Christy. I think I can speak to me and Dan when I say what ray or weirdos we are. Mike, you always made us laugh, like the time in Malta. But you just been on the biggest water slide in the park. So excited, you ran up to what you thought was our dad, but turned out to be Dad's Maltese doppelganger. After a good 15 to 30 seconds of speaking to, you realise he's birth. Speaking to this poor guy who didn't speak any English. You stopped and said out loud, "Hang on a second, wait. You're not my dad?" And ran off. April, you've always been such a lovely sister. I don't know what was harder, putting up with such annoying little brothers, or making us look so good in those dresses. Christy, I'm very proud and very jealous. In 2 days, Christy will be traveling to the other side of the world to Australia. I never thought a crazy little girl could rather be actually bargain out of my friends, or found sitting on the shared toilet eating fish food. This is actual fish food that you'd feed someone in on. Would go on to be such a beautiful and funny young lady. We're all going to miss you so much in that tiny little peon of yours. I think you'd be up here with me today, as Dan's joint best man, but Dan was quite adamant on the maximum neck length to be a best pair. And he also didn't when you got here hard this boo. I just want this to do a good luck cheers to Christy on her travels as she travels to Australia for the next year. Mum and Dad, thank you both. Having 5 kids couldn't have been easy. and drive us in 5 different directions at the weekend, dealing with us all fighting in public and the creative nicknames we call each other. My personal favourite being Dan's go-to nickname for me. Can you guess what it is?
Let's be dickhead.
No later. Let's do it there. You both give us great advice and help and support throughout our childhood and continue us preferring into adults. We're all so grateful. You provide us with so much and so many great memories. I think we've all said that for years.
Just about.
As you always say, Mom, cheered us up, right? Back to the name man, daddy boy. I'm so glad to be your brother. Your best man. I did it by practice. Your best man and your best mate. Everything you set out to do in life you accomplish, Eleanor. Growing up to do successful business. Second for you. Readers read tears. And you managed to find someone with this where you can put up your OCD, not finding it weird that you iron your socks and packs. Whereas I'd learned hoovering your grass. It's mental. It's not always normal for the older brother to look up to the younger brother, but I really do with you, mate. And then, you look stunning today. I always like you to know something. No.
Come on, bro, you got this, man.
But the moment I met you, you always laughed at my jokes, while Dan would simply shake his head, call me an idiot, or do his angry death frown and say, I don't like you. You're always making Dan laugh. I'm so happy Dan met someone as lovely, funny, and beautiful as you. You're kind, supportive, caring, and most importantly, you made Dan have beef. You guys are perfect. Stop. Thank you, Bruce. Joe, myself. Out of all your sister. 3 years ago, when Dan told me he was going to marry Eleanor, I could see how much he meant to him and how happy even the idea of it made you. I can't imagine her.
Come on, bye.
I can't imagine how happy you are today, Dan. I love you both. Rise the third home with. Now please raise your glasses to the new couple, Mr. and Mrs. Grant.
Who? Did you really? Hello. Before I start, there's something I've been waiting to do for a long time. Did say long. Ladies and gentlemen, my wine. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate our special day. And I apologise in advance for the tears to come.
Yeah, it's still my fun, you bastard.
There are a few special thank yous. Firstly, to Rob, Eleanor's father. Thank you for going easy on me. Back in April 22, I asked Rob for his blessing and permission for Eleanor to marry me. I took a deep breath and asked the question. Rob paused for a second, with confusion, and replied, "Are you sure?" Of course, I'm only joking. He actually said no. And what felt like a lifetime of sudden panic and thinking to myself, what can I say to convince him to change his mind? Before I could say a word, Rob smiles and says, "Yes, of course. So I'm glad you had your moment of fun." To B, Sue, Joe, and Paul, thank you for making me feel so welcomed into the family. Even from the first time I had the pleasure of meeting you all, it was certainly a warm and musical welcome, and I'm sure there'll be many more to come. Now, as you're all aware, Eleanor and I had decided quite early on that we would go against tradition by taking Eleanor's surname. It is important to us to continue the Grant family name, so I hope we can do you all proud. To Neil and Suzanne, thank you for everything over the years. From very early on in our relationship, you've both been in our corner. I'm very pleased to officially be your son-in-law. Woo! Sorry, Simon and Hassan, but I was saving the best till last. I'm sure I'm one in a very few small percentage that can honestly say I'm proud to have such amazing in-laws. We're both very lucky that no matter what life throws our way, we know you'll always be there for love and support. To Eleanor's sisters, April and Alice, you've both been a huge part in making today as special as it is. I know you've also... Blue and black. Oh no. I know you've also played a huge part in making Eleanor the woman she is today. I've seen firsthand how she idolises you both as sisters and mothers. Okay. Now to my family.
Your new mic. Sorry.
So that's really fun. So
Doesn't put his use in say, you can read Wooga.
now to my family. Mum and Dad. I know it can't have been easy raising 5 children, but you've both always been there for me. Whether it's Dad watching me attempt to play football in the pouring rain, or Mum taking me to A&E after injuring myself. A thank you may never be enough. Love you both very much. To my older sisters, older siblings, April and Ryan. April, I don't think I've ever told you, but I've always looked up to you.
You know.
So thank you for being such an amazing role model, even if you did used to dress us up like girls. Ryan. My brother and best man, everyone. Thank you for always having my back and being by my side today. Believe it or not, Ryan gave me some words of wisdom. He said, remember today for the rest of your life. It will be the happiest you'll ever be. Which was wise words at 6 a.m. boarding a flight to Budapest for the stag do. My younger brother, Michael. Thanks for turning up on time, mate. I think that deserves a round of applause. Chrissy. Didn't take long. My little sister, arguably the biggest thank you of all. You're the reason Elle and I first met. I'm not going to be you. You're the reason Elle and I first met, and I'll never be able to repay you for introducing you to myself. Wait. As a family, we don't say it enough, but I love you all. And finally, to those who aren't with us, our grandparents. Peter, Maureen, Mac, Trina, Jeffrey, and Patricia. I know that we'll all be looking down us today with such love. With that, I'd like to raise a glass to family. Family. to the bridesmaids. Reen, Victoria, Veronica, and Shauna, you all look beautiful. You have no idea just how much you mean to my wife and I. Elle often says how lucky she is to have you as friends, but I disagree. I disagree because luck has nothing to do with it. And I think you'd all agree that she's surrounded by such amazing people because she's an amazing person herself. You have no idea the effect you have on people. Simply by walking in a room, it's always all eyes on you. People are instantly drawn to you and your smile. I wanted to share a few special moments, but also as a reminder to us as we ended up here today. I feel like over the years, we've shared hundreds, if not thousands, of special moments together. But I wanted to narrow down a few extra special moments that will stay with me together forever. Our first kiss on holiday in Cyprus, which is a nice version of saying outside a nightclub in Ayia Napa. Our first weekend away in Paris, where you told me you loved me for the first time on our hotel balcony. Our first slow dance together in Temple Bar while listening to the amazing Jake Solomon, who's here performing for us tonight. The moment you asked me to be my girlfriend, the moment I asked you to be my girlfriend on the jetty in Gummerschluck. Believe it or not, I cried more then than I have today. The proud moment I saw you walk across the graduation stage without falling over. The day we moved into our first home. We sat on a slowly deflating blow-up bed while eating Chinese food. The moment you said I do in Paris at the same hotel balcony we shared that special moment years before. And the newest addition. The moment I saw you walk down the aisle today. These are some of the happiest memories I own, and all of them are because of you. I cannot explain how excited I am for a lifetime with many more. Elle, words can't even begin to explain how much I love and adore you. From the moment we met, I think it was fair to say that I was completely obsessed with you. I have found my soulmate, and I promise, for the rest of my life, I'll ensure nothing but love and happiness. Finally, please be upstanding and raise a glass to my wife. PP. If you can all just take a seat. Obviously, everyone's done the quiz, and we've narrowed down, I believe, 4 that have tied. Everyone got one question wrong today, and that was who said I love you first. I kept her waiting for that one, so she just had to get it in there. So we have Levi and Rose. My baby just cares. Better than that. Mountain Peaks. And you're the one. So it came down to the tiebreaker question, and we decided out of the 4 that we were going to go with You're the One. I think Blake Lively and Daniel Craig is a great shout. A night and Ayia Napa. Thank you, all.
Someday you might be the president, someday you might be a star. Someday you might be a homeowner, you might even play guitar. In the between and all the fun, I'll be by your side. I'll love you, 'cause you're a piece of my heart. Whatever you do, wherever you are, no matter the time, the place, near or far, in all the good and all that's hard, I love you, 'cause you're a piece of my heart. Someday you might make big mistakes, someday you might break hearts, someday you might just fall in love, you might even drive a car. In the between and all the change, I'll be by your side. I'll love you, 'cause you're a piece of my heart.